We're now moving on to step 2 for learning our times tables. Now I've drawn the axes up already, and the vertical axis is going to stay the same as step 1. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The horizontal axes, last time we had the numbers going from 1 to 10 in order along the horizontal axes. This time we're going to mix the numbers up and we're going to put them in random spaces. So I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll put 9 in here. And we'll put 10 in here where there's a space. Everything else remains the same. So instead of starting with the 1 times tables, we're now going to start with the 4 times tables. So it's just simply getting them out of the order that they had for step 1. And we'll go through them quite quickly, just to give you an idea of the sort of time it will take. So we've got 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 4 is 20, 6 times 4 is 24, 7 times 4 is 28, 8 times 4 is 32, 9 times 4 is 36, and 10 times 4 is 40. Moving on, this time, to the 10 times tables. 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 10 is 20, 3 times 10 is 30, 4 times 10 is 40, 5 times 10 is 50, 6 times 10 is 60, 7 times 10 is 70, 8 times 10 is 80, 9 times 10 is 90, and 10 times 10 is 100. Now we're going on to the 1 times tables, nice and easy. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 1 is 3, 4 times 1 is 4, 5 times 1 is 5, 6 times 1 is 6, 7 times 1 is 7, 8 times 1 is 8, 9 times 1 is 9, and 10 times 1 is 10. So as you can see, they're doing it in a different order. Moving now on to the 5 times tables. 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 5 is 30, 7 times 5 is 35, 8 times 5 is 40, 9 times 5 is 45, and 10 times 5 is 50. Now on to the 9 times tables. 1 times 9 is 9, 2 times 9 is 18, 3 times 9 is 27, 4 times 9 is 36, 5 times 9 is 45, 6 times 9 is 54, 7 times 9 is 63, 8 times 9 is 72, 9 times 9 is 81, and 10 times 9 is 90. The 2 times tables. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, and 10 times 2 is 20. On to the 6 times. 1 times 6 is 6, 2 times 6 is 12, 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 6 is 24, 5 times 6 is 30, 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 6 is 42, 8 times 6 is 48, 9 times 6 is 54, and 10 times 6 is 60. On to the 8 times tables, which is actually in the same place as it was for step 1. 1 times 8 is 8, 2 times 8 is 16, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 8 is 32, 5 times 8 is 40, 6 times 8 is 48, 7 times 8 is 56, 8 times 8 is 64, 9 times 8 is 72, and 10 times 8 is 80. Getting closer to the end, and we'll get our 3 times tables now. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 3 is 15, 6 times 3 is 18, 7 times 3 is 21, picks it up. 8 times 3 is 24, 9 times 3 is 27, and 10 times 3 is 30. And the last one in my random order is the 7 times tables. 1 times 7 is 7, 2 times 7 is 14, 3 times 7 is 21, 4 times 7 is 28, 5 times 7 is 35, 6 times 7 is 42, 7 times 7 is 49, 8 times 7 is 56, 9 times 7 is 63, and 10 times 7 is 70. So you can see the process is almost exactly the same as step 1, just the order has been changed along the horizontal. Now, just like with step 1, I suggest you do this a lot of times with the kids and or with your children, and change the order along the horizontal every time you do it. So don't always start with the 4 times tables. You could start with the 6, the 9, the 7s, or whatever, and just mix the order up going along the horizontal axes. The vertical axes will always stay the same for this step, for step 2. Now again, I'd start by giving the children, just see how long it takes them to do it, bearing in mind they're exactly the same questions as they were for step 1. And in most cases, in a way, they're in the same order. The 4 times tables are still done in the same order, going down in order from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as it was for step 1. So let your children do it in whatever time it takes, and then set the goal of doing it under 10 minutes, then under 8 minutes, under 6 minutes, and finally to the point in which they can do it under 5 minutes. And also, as you're doing this, just remind the children that a question like 4 times 6, 4 times 6, which is 24, is exactly the same as 6 times 4, which is also 24. So a lot of the questions are really repeated. They're just done in the opposite order. 4 times 6, 6 times 4. Now, good luck with this, and I'll post the next video for step 3 for learning your times tables next week.